Yeah, good morning. Let's talk about chapter 3, in which one of the very important topics you study is the topic of equivalent resistance. So you might have seen various patterns in equivalent resistance. One of the important patterns you see in this chapter, and it's very important for your entrance examination, is the concept of short circuiting. So remember that when you study Ohm's law, you have multiple resistances, and if you are in parallel, since the resistors are different, you have unequal currents flowing in those resistors. But you can have a situation in which one of the resistor becomes zero, right? So if you see the diagram, you will find that the current has two loops to go through. You have R2 as 10,000 ohms, and then R1 is 0 ohm. Now, when the battery sends out the current, you can see in the circuit that the current does not enter 10,000 ohm. Whole of the current is entering in 0 ohm resistor. And why is that? It is because the current, I told you, in a parallel circuit distributes unequally because it sees unequal resistance. In this case, the current does not want to go in 10,000 ohms because it sees a very low resistance path of 0 ohm. This low resistance path, which is a 0 ohm resistor, is called a short circuit, right? So no current enters the 10,000 ohm resistor, and complete current is entering the 0 ohms. Such a circuit in which you have 0 ohms introduced in some form or another, you have to ensure that the current, most of the current will pass through this particular resistor. This is the short circuit part of the circuit. So when you are analyzing your circuits, please be very careful that you must identify if you have a wire which is short circuiting any two parts of the circuit. If it is short circuiting, then the current, instead of passing through the resistors which are between the short circuits, will pass through the short circuit itself, which is the zero resistance. So the concept of short circuit or zero resistance is very important. You must attempt some numericals and see the numericals, whether they have some short circuiting or zero resistance shown through a conducting wire or not. Hope this helps. It's a very important trip and a trick. Use it wherever you can. Thanks a lot.